How much money do you make?
How much money do I make in my businesses, or how much do I
Yeah.
take home? My take home is over 10 million a year. Why not leverage all of those things, but buy companies that are going to be around in 20 years? Right?
Yeah.
Service-based businesses. It's easy. It's no different. It's actually easier than wholesale.
So I was asking you, because I'm 33, you're 41. I was like, if you can go back 10 years, you know, what advice would you give yourself in real estate specifically?
Yeah.
And you said,
Be more patient and start buying more houses. Like, I would tell you, most of my net worth is tied up in equity in houses. And it's so interesting. People are fighting to do better, have more. Like, people want to be better. They want to know what's the thing? Somebody told me the other day, I want to be more, have more, do more all the time. Like, you want to be more, have more, do more.
yeah,
Okay, great. We already know a lot of people that have lost their fortunes multiple times in their lives, right?
Yeah.
Like Grant Cardone, Ryan's lost things. I've lost everything, years and years ago. Like, you're going to lose everything at some point.
yeah,
Your business is going to fail. Something bad's going to happen to you. The whole economy is going to shift. Something's going to happen. It's going to happen. There's never been a business owner that's like, yeah, dude, my shit was like this for 50 years. It was like this. Okay, cool. So if that's the case, here's what I see most people doing. They're rushing and rushing and rushing to make more active income all the time. Active. Their active income goes up. They spend all their time and energy on that. Fix and flips, wholesaling, great. I love those too. They're amazing, and you should always do them. However, what I would have done differently is when I was your age, I got my first deal when I was 31, so you're way ahead of me. Okay, I got mine 10 years ago. It's my first deal. You're way ahead of me, dude. Okay, so what I did for 4 years is I primarily wholesaled, like everything.
yeah,
Sub 2 seller finance deals, cash deals, novations. Like, I wholesaled primarily everything. And what I should have done is come up with an equation of every time I touch a house, I have to average 1 in 5 deals has to go in the portfolio. If I would have done that, I went back to all my houses that I did in my first 4 years, I'd be worth an extra 15 million bucks, probably just from that. Just from that.
yeah,
And it's like, oh, well, the money you would have made from the flip or the wholesale was paying your bills. No, it wasn't. I was just wasting that money on extra vacations and whatever else.
yeah.
And so that's the thing, watches, yeah. And so what I would have done is I would have done that earlier. And it's boring and nobody wants to do it.
Yeah, it's not sexy.
It's not sexy.
Yeah,
But, nobody really wants to own real estate.
yeah, that's true.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to own real estate.
Yeah.
But what I do want is I want certainty and a guarantee that I will be financially free for the rest of my life. That's what I want.
Yeah,
And Bitcoin's bullshit.
yep.
It is.
100%.
Fight me over it. Pull me in a back alley and fight me over it. It's not that it's not legitimate in some ways.
Yeah,
It's just that it's not proven that in 10 years it's going to be around. I don't know.
yeah.
But I know one thing is going to be around, real estate.
100%.
And so if I have kids and I've got a wife and I've got a legacy to build, then I'm not going to waste my time on anything that's not certain.
Yeah, yeah. And we were backstage. You told me you own, I think, like $400 million worth of real estate.
Yeah.
How much of that is just like single family, and then how much of that is like big apartments?
I have 300 single family doors and I have 1,500 multifamily doors. And the multifamily doors are about 1,200 apartments and 300 mobile, like a combination between mobile home parks and RV parks.
Yeah. I think so. What I've learned from you today, and we were all backstage. I did not watch one speaker here. I'll just be honest.
Yeah.
Not even one.
You're busy running the thing.
Yeah, I'm busy running around.
You're doing what you should be doing.
Yeah, I'm working. I'm about to go. I have to jump off here in a little bit, but I watched yours. Yeah, and I was just like, all right, let me see what Pace is talking about. And what I've learned from this event is patience. I am so in a hurry
All the time.
to make money all the time and like scale, spend more on ads. We got to reach whatever, $1 million a month. We got to do this. We got to do that. And I told you in 2023, I took my eye off of real estate.
Yeah.
I was just focused on wealthy investor, focused on other things. I was like, oh, I'm gonna enjoy. I bought myself like 2 Rolexes. I bought my wife a bunch of Rolexes. I spent a bunch of money. I did all this dumb crap. And I took my eye off on real estate. And then I was just like, what? Like, I can't believe a whole year went by and I just
I would not say it's wasted though. I would say that you don't come from money.
Yeah.
And so you had to touch the stove is what I like to say. Like somebody told you the stove is hot, don't touch it.
I'd touch
Which
it.
is don't waste money on Rolex, don't waste money on this, don't waste money on the vacations, go to elaborate dinners with your wife and buy your wife. The only thing you should have been doing is buying your wife whatever she wanted.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think you did anything wrong. I know you didn't because you needed to touch the stove and have the feeling you have right now of like, wait, how did this Rolex or this Patek change my life?
Yeah.
99% of people do not notice you have a Rolex on.
No.
Right? You know.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, why didn't anybody say that I got a nice Patek? Right?
Yeah. Because your watch is really nice, and most people, they won't know.
Watch people know that this is like
watch people
an insane watch.
Yeah.
And I bought it for that reason specifically. I said I wasn't going to buy a nice watch. I didn't have anything. No, the nicest watch I had up until 2 years ago was a Casio. And I said I refused to buy a nice watch until I hit X amount in my net worth. And when I hit that point, I said, I'm skipping everything and I'm going to the creme de la creme. I'm going to Patek.
Yeah.
And I went to Patek. I bought 2 Pateks. Guess what? I don't even wear the second one. And so I've gone through it too. I know how it is.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, the people here, they're like, wait, what am I supposed to be learning here? Be patient.
100%.
And realize like all these material things did not do anything for you except tell you that you have the possibility and it's possible for you to buy nice shit.
Yeah. And if they don't learn anything, that's fine, because then they're an idiot. They're not paying attention.
Right.
So I don't care. But so again, go back to patience, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know when I first heard about you. I don't know if it was before it was before 2019. It was probably 2018. I don't know when you started going on Disruptors, but 2018, right? That's when I first heard about you. And I heard that you used to buy real estate at market value. Yeah. And everyone be like, I don't know. I don't know why this guy's buying, real estate at market value. That doesn't make any sense. Like, what the hell is he doing? Like this strategy.
They still criticize me for it.
Yeah. I've seen reels and stuff like that of people being like, oh, people think buying houses sub 2 at market value is investing. It's not.
Yeah. All I say is a wholesaler.
Yeah.
Y'all are at the bottom of the wholesalers at the bottom of the food chain.
Yeah. But the point is, everybody was saying it. I heard it. I thought it. I was like, why is he buying? Like, I didn't say it was dumb. I was trying to figure it out, because usually people are doing things, and if I don't know, that doesn't mean they're dumb. I'm just trying to figure it out. So you were doing it. Wedgwood was doing it in Las Vegas. There were other investors that we would wholesale to.
Yeah.
I sold a house in Chino, California to this Chinese couple cash. And they bought it cash. The house sat there for a year. And when I sold it to them, why? Appreciation.
Yes, because cash flow is for children.
Yeah. Yeah.
Write this down, note takers. Cash flow is for children. And cash flow, the only reason I say that is because there are 5 ways to make money from a single family home or a multifamily home. Mm-hmm. Everybody thinks it's cash flow.
Yeah.
Right? Where do we make the most money are the other 4. Mm-hmm. Actually, I make money 6 ways. Can I tell you what they are?
Yeah.
Cash flow is number 1. Are you going to learn something here?
Yeah.
Okay. Cash flow is number 1. Number 2, what is the second way I make money in real estate? Future growth, right? Like we know appreciation. The property is going to go up in value. Has there ever been a point in history, the world's history, that real estate has not gone up? Never. Look at the charts. It's only done this. History. It's science. It's never gone. There's years where it goes like this, where it's like waves a little bit, but it always goes up. Okay. So appreciation, that's guaranteed. It's certainty. The third way I make money is I keep my money. Did you pay taxes last year? Did you just write a check? It's April 15th. You just wrote a check. Did you write a check this year?
Not yet. October.
I have not written a check in 7 years. I don't pay taxes. Why? Because the IRS rewards me for buying real estate. The IRS says, oh my gosh, thank you so much for solving the affordability crisis in America. We're going to reward you with tax credits, and we're going to let you keep all your active income. Mm-hmm. And so I go make $1 million, let's say in a year. I make more than that, but let's say I make $1 million a year. The average person that produces $1 million in a year pays 47% of their $1 million back to taxes. Mm-hmm. So if you make $1 million, no, you did not make $1 million.
Yeah.
You made $530,000.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Great. Have so much fun fixing and flipping your houses and your wholesaling. You go generate $1 million in revenue. No, you didn't. You worked for Uncle Sam for half the year. And then the other half of the year, you then work for yourself. I work for myself all year long.
Yeah.
So really where I make most of my money in year one is my tax savings. My tax savings, oh my gosh, I wish I had a whiteboard. I'd school all these idiots about, oh, you paid full retail for a house. Honestly, if I just let a house sit for 5 years, I'd make more money on it without the cash flow.
Yeah.
The appreciation and, okay, so cash flow, future growth, property goes up in value. The number 3, the IRS says, hey, I'm going to let you keep all your active income. How would you like to keep all your active income?
Great.
Pretty awesome, right? Okay, cool. That's what I do. I keep all my income. I don't have to pay it to the IRS. They let me keep it. So I put that money into the real estate. So the fourth way, what's the fourth way we make money? This is one of the most slept on things that people don't realize. It's the mortgage being paid down by your tenant. That's the money. When people say make money while you sleep, here's what they mean. The average person that rents pays 37% of their paycheck towards their rent. Think about that. So when I walk around and people go, you guys go to Disney or other people go to Disney, people are like, oh, look at all these people. It's crowded in here. I'm like, look at all these people paying 37% on all their rent. I want more people in more of my properties because what's my best employee on my team? Do you know? My tenants.
Yeah.
Those are the best employees on my team. They don't know my name. They don't know my company name. They know nothing about me.
Yeah.
But they wake up in the morning and for 37% of their day, they're working for me. That is leverage. You can't get that from fixing and flipping. You can't get that from wholesaling. Now, I love fixing and flipping and wholesaling. Okay. But it's a side hustle.
Yeah.
It's a side hustle. It's not wealth. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what's the fifth way we make money? Okay. Cash flow, appreciation, tax benefits, mortgage pay down. Okay. What's another one? Fifth way we make money. The fifth way we make money is the most gangster of them all. It is leverage. And here's what I mean by that. When my property goes, let's say I buy a property today for 300 grand and in 5 years it's worth 600 grand, which is very common. It's worth 600 grand. I have $300,000 in equity in that property, right? Property's paid down a little bit, right? So let's say it's paid down 50 grand over that time frame. I got $350,000 here. If I do a refinance, I could pull that $350,000 out of that property tax-free. And I can then go and buy 7 more of those shits. Leverage, right? If I choose to do that. I could do anything else with that $350,000. I could lend it out and I could go buy businesses with it. I could do a bunch of things with it. What's the sixth way that I make money in real estate? The sixth way I make money in real estate is by telling a story. Storytelling, telling somebody else that I make money in real estate this way, and then they end up bringing me more deals, or they come in and they go, I'm going to watch your YouTube channel and listen to the story how you bought a property, and then I'm going to go get a deal and I'm going to bring that deal to you. I bought $100 million in real estate last year because I tell great stories about how I buy real estate.
Yeah.
And so I've got a property in Whitman, which is the house you're talking about. Alec Lebec is the wholesaler. He finds this seller who's in foreclosure. By the way, I saw this lady naked in her house when I was signing the contract. This lady's full on naked as we're signing the contract. Alec Lebec calls me up and he goes, legit, this lady did not give 2 hoots at all. So Alec Lebec calls me up, hey, I know you buy these houses that have no equity. This lady's in foreclosure. She has no equity. I go, what's her interest rate? He goes, what does that matter? I go, it matters. This is before I build the sub-2 community. Now everybody knows sub-2.
Yeah.
So he goes, she says it's 1.9%. What does that matter? Has no equity. I'm like, equity comes and equity goes, but the cash will always flow. And he goes, okay, can you come help me? I go,
you pay me $5,000, please.
I drive, exactly. So I drive up to the house, I sign the contract, and I buy this lady's house where I just take over her payments. So I don't put any money down, but I give Alec Lebec $7,000. He's like, you're going to pay me $7,000 for a house that has no equity? I bought that house for $266. Today it's worth $700,000. So the patience game, patience.
100%.
And so here I am sitting on $430,000 in equity because I was willing to get, and best situation, that house has had a tenant in it for all those years, 6 years, making me $1,200 a month for 6 years. So think about that. $14,000 times 6, it's 80 grand on top of the equity I have, plus the tax benefits I got where I was able to keep my active income on other stuff. Like this house probably made me $700,000 and it paid Alec Lebec $7 million.
Yeah.
So when people are like, I want to do more, it's like the best way to do more. Do you want to accomplish more in your life? Create clones. How do I create a clone of myself? You wake up in the morning every day and you're working your ass off. I wake up in the morning and 2,000 people are working their ass off for me.
Yeah. I want to talk about that too.
That's leverage.
Yeah.
So when you're like, how do I do more? Pace, how do you do so much? I have 2,000 tenants that wake up every morning and they work on my behalf.
I thought you were talking about your students. Well, you have like 10,000 students?
Oh, no, we got more than that.
Damn.
Yeah, we got 15,000 sub 2 community members, and we've got, but our community did $5 billion in transactions last year.
Yeah.
$5 billion. We changed the industry.
You did.
We changed the industry.
Yeah. You did.
We everybody now is like sub 2 seller finance, sub 2 seller lease options. Oh my gosh. Now there's copycats of everybody trying to be me.
Yeah. I haven't seen them.
I see them all the time.
Oh, okay.
It's great.
Yeah, I haven't seen them.
I love it. I go, that's cute. So, but yeah, my students, I do a lot of deals with them. I turned off most of my lead gen. I'm mostly a buy and holder now. I'll wholesale probably one deal a month that I don't want. But even when people send me stuff and I don't want it, I just give it back to my students and go, hey guys, go wholesale this. I don't want to waste my time with wholesaling. It's active income.
Yeah.
I got active. I'd rather, if I have to spend 2 hours on a wholesale deal, I'd rather spend 2 hours looking for a business to buy that will pay me perpetually.
Yeah.
Wholesale is the gateway drug.
Yeah.
Right? Wholesaling and fixing and flipping is the gateway drug. It's for the people that are like, I need to get in the game. And that's where you should be for the first 0 to 4 to 5 years. And at some point you have to graduate out of wholesale.
Yeah.
The only person I know that's actually become rich from wholesale is Jamil. There's people that have made money.
Yeah.
But guess what you got to do when you do a wholesale deal?
Pay taxes.
Do another one next month.
Yeah.
What about a fix and flip? You got to do another one next month.
Yeah. So I went to Alex and Layla Hermosi's workshop. So we paid like $3,000 each. It was great.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't freaking make me take this down for talking about it. But the first day they talked about how to analyze a business. I never knew how to really analyze a business. So they broke it down step by step, give you a little calculator, notepad, all this stuff, right? So I analyzed both my businesses, my flipping and wholesaling company, and then Wealthy Investor. And then I was like, okay, well, it's not worth much.
No.
It has a lot of different risks.
The problem,
right?
the biggest risk is you.
Yeah. Key man risk.
If you're gone,
yeah.
It's not a business.
Yeah. Key man risk. That's one of the risks they talk about. And then, so I was like, all right, this sucks. And then they go over all these examples of like businesses that they bought, kind of fixed up, did different things, and then sold them for high multiples or got leverage on them, right? Yeah. So the second day, I'm like, hey, I've met them a few times. I was like, hey, like you talked about this, you know my situation with education and real estate. What are your thoughts? Like, how do I sell an education business or whatever? He drew it on a board. He was like, well, education businesses work like this. They go up and then they flat and then they die. And then he said real businesses, and it was to me, it stuck out. They said real businesses. Yeah. So he said real businesses start here. You get a bump, you go down, and then you start to figure it out. And then there's a point where it becomes like exponentially more valuable or way more, could sell for way more. And he's like, you have to get into this type of business. Like a reoccurring service-based business is an example of businesses that they go after, SaaS, stuff like that. And then that was like a few weeks ago. And after that, I was like, damn, like, am I wasting time doing what I'm currently doing?
Yes.
Or like, yeah. So like, when did you realize that? Or did you always know that?
Before I ever launched Sub 2.
Before you launched Sub 2, you knew?
I refused to get into the education business at all. Because I was like, I don't want to be in that business. It's not a business that ever, like, name one person that's made it in education.
Tony Robbins, I think.
That's it. Bro, he's a god. Like when I hang out with him, I'm like, you're not even human. Yeah. He's a god. Like there's one of him. Yeah. So besides Tony, who's made it in education long term? Nobody. Yeah. Yeah. Right. They've either gotten shut down because they're scammy. Yeah. Or they go, wow, this is really hard. And I'm constantly chasing the next level and I hire more people and then it bleeds. I don't have any recurring customers, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So what I did is I said, if I launch an education platform, it better be for me to rapidly buy more real estate.
Yeah.
And so I said, sub 2 will be the catalyst for me to change the industry so I can buy more real estate. So if I were you, why not buy some businesses that are like a cleaning business?
Well, I don't know. I was always like, oh, like I don't want to be distracted and do 7 things at the same time. You know what I mean?
The only people that shouldn't be distracted are people that are 9 to 5 people. You're not a 9 to 5 person. You can't put yourself in that same category.
Okay.
That's a small man's mindset.
Okay.
Does Elon Musk only have one thing he works on?
No.
Does Alex Hormozy have one thing he works on?
They say, Alex
they don't.
Hormozy and them say, like, focus on one thing and get really good at it, make the product so good.
They're saying that because they're assuming the person they're talking to is stupid.
Yeah.
They have to generalize. If he had a private conversation with you, you ever work on a fix and flip where you had to wait for a permit?
Yeah.
Great. So you should just work on one fix and flip.
Yeah.
You want to hurry up and wait in your entire life where you're like, same thing with like, I'm launching a new business. Guess what I got to do? I got to put a website together, right?
Yeah.
Or graphic designs or whatever the heck I got to do. Aren't there times in every single business you have where you're sitting around waiting for the next thing to get done so you can launch the next thing?
Yeah.
So why can't you juggle those timeframes with multiple different businesses? You're always waiting in one business or another. So why not? Like it's the most asinine thing I've heard people say is focus on one thing.
Yeah.
If I focused on one flip, I'd sit around for 3 months while the city waited for a permit. Shut the fudge up. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Who they're talking to are imbeciles, like absolute idiots. And what they have to do is they have to generalize the information.
Yeah.
So they go, it's kind of like you ever go to a red light and it says, don't turn right on red.
Yeah.
And you still turn right.
Yeah.
Because you're not dumb.
That's funny. That's me, dude.
Right?
That's so funny.
How did I know that you would be willing to go through it? Yeah. It's because it's the 9 to 5 mentality that sit there and just with their little hand on your wheel and go, I'm going to wait for the light to turn green.
That's funny.
Meanwhile, I'm like, bro, ain't nobody here. In fact, I'm like have half the mind to go in and take the sign down. I'm like, who's the idiot? Who's the idiot? It's kind of like I'm very religious, but this is maybe not suitable for religious people. But I look at him like, why did Heavenly Father, Jesus, God say we shouldn't be getting married, having sex till we're married?
I don't know if it said that in the Bible, actually.
I'm like,
I could be wrong.
Yeah, all right. But people in churches are like, you can't have sex till you're married. Okay, got it. It's because 1% of people get pregnant.
Yeah.
Outside of wedlock. And so they got to put the sign up that says no right on red. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So somebody has an education seminar and they go, yeah, guys, you can multitask when you're waiting for this to happen, jump over here. And when that happens, then jump over here. And that's how business works. Then one guy comes in and goes, dude, what you told me didn't work. I'm scattered all over the place. They go, oh crap. Next time we do our seminar, we have to tell people they have to focus. But Alex, that's not true. I know, but we have to generalize it for the one idiot in the room.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true.
You're not an idiot.
Okay.
You can do more shit than one thing, two things, three
Yeah.
things. And the other thing too is like, you're not doing it. You're smart. You guys hire amazing freaking people, right? You attract top tier talent. Why couldn't you bring somebody in that's like, your only job is for you to go and acquire businesses for us and run them?
Yeah.
Right? Like here's the business that we just bought. Cleaning business does $2 million a year in revenue. They've been around for 4 years, so they've gone through all their crap, like all those hurry up and wait, like branding, graphics, websites,
Refunds, whatever.
all the crap.
Yeah.
And they've been around now, and they've got past the $1 million mark, right? Because 96% of businesses never get past $1 million or more a year in revenue. So they're already past all that point. We go to them and we go, we want to buy half your business. What would it take? Well, one of our partners is not working that hard, so we want to buy him out. Great. What would it take? You go 140 grand. We go 100 grand. They go 140 grand. Okay, great. We'll do 140 grand for 50%. Cool. The company nets 400 grand a year. You think I'm going to get my money back in year one? Yes, I'm going to get my money back. There's like no risk in this situation. But they just went through their FDD, which is their legal process of getting approved to go out and sell franchises. They just sold their first franchise in Temecula, California. 55 grand. How much of that 55 grand is profit?
All of it?
$54,999, right? It's like mostly profit. You're just selling IP and you're giving somebody a business opportunity. Then you're making 6% residual on their sales for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Who's running that? One person in my office will run 5 of those. We got a company called The Plant Guy. We got a company called I won't say the name of the cleaning company. I haven't closed escrow on it yet. Then we have a pest control company as well that we just recently bought as well. It's recurring revenue, and it's easier to run than an education business.
Yeah, yeah, that's what they said. They said service-based reoccurring revenue businesses,
and AI is not going to change it. The only thing AI will do is amplify your efficiency in it.
Yeah,
it won't remove the business opportunity. The thing that's going to get destroyed, trucking. Is going to get destroyed. So people are like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get out of trucking. Why? Because we're going to have autonomous trucks in 5 years. We already have Tesla trucks that are they can self-drive, but they still have to have human in them.
Yeah.
Once they get through all the government approvals, in 5 years, you're going to see 30 million people that drive truck for a living lose their jobs.
Yeah.
Not 30 million, 5 million.
Yeah.
5 million people. What are they going to do? I have no clue.
Wholesale, hopefully.
Maybe wholesale. Yeah, maybe. And that's not a bad option for them. But my point is, go after stuff that's not going to be disrupted by AI, which they already went through with you. These people don't know how to operate a business like you.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't wasted your time. You've acquired amazing skills that can be applied to other amazing things.
Yeah.
Right? Like, do you know how to hire people?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how to run a tight ship?
Yeah.
Do you know how to have company culture?
Yeah.
Do you know how to make sales?
Yeah.
Do you know how to run ads?
Yeah.
Market?
Yep.
Okay, 99% of companies on the planet don't know how to do any of that.
Yeah.
And so you go into a plumbing company, you're like, dude, y'all are like, no wonder you can't go past $1 million. Let us fix this. And you already have on staff team that will fix all of those problems with no additional payroll. Just become a little bit more efficient and have them apply a little bit of their, like our brand, my marketing company, my whole media team, we have 25 people on it. They run my brand, Facebook group, YouTube channel, LinkedIn, blah, 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 blah. But guess what else they do? They run all the branding for all of my RV parks, my mobile home parks. They run the branding for our cleaning company, the Plant Guy, the this, the that.
Yeah.
You can use those resources across all, your businesses.
How many employees do you have?
600.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Especially considering 10 years ago, I was afraid to hire one person.
Yeah.
Didn't believe, like I was definitely afraid to hire anybody. I was like, oh my gosh, like you have kids and I'm responsible for you and those kids. And oh my gosh. But I acquired a lot of skills over the years, and so have you.
Yeah.
So buy businesses. I think you're at a point where you guys have built something special. Don't build anything else. Go acquire.
Yeah.
And use what you've built, this amazing machine you've built, to take a company from $1 million to $5 million.
Yeah.
And I don't know that you need to sell them.
Yeah.
Like that's Hermosi's game. Hermosi's going to be a multi-billionaire.
Yeah.
Are you going to be a multi-billionaire? Is that your goal?
That's not my goal.
Okay, then you're not going to be. I think you have to be disgustingly like obsessed with that goal to be a billionaire, to want to be a billionaire. So your answer is like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Me too. I don't want to be a billionaire.
I think you might be. Yeah, I think you'll probably be a billionaire.
Who knows? But I'm not trying. That's not what I'm trying to do.
I feel like you're the next Grant Cardone. That's what I feel like.
Damn.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I might have to move to Miami. So I look at you, and you guys have done something so incredibly special. Why not leverage all of those things, but buy companies that are going to be around in 20 years, right?
Yeah.
Service-based businesses. It's easy. It's no different. It's actually easier than wholesale. Okay. You are finding businesses that are doing less than $1 million a year in revenue. And these companies are in just so much pain, just like wholesale. Like you're calling a seller, they're in pain, right?
Yeah.
You're calling these business owners like, please get us out of this situation. Do you know the Plant Guy company I bought last year?
No.
Okay. Sexy business, super sexy business. Our clients are like Mariah Carey and like Rick Ross and stuff like that. And I get a voice memo from the guy I bought the business from last year. Homeboy, on June 10th of last summer, I get on a call with him because he wanted to get a loan from me. That's how he found me. I need a loan. I'm like, I don't really do loans, but sure, let's have a conversation. It's a referral from a friend. First words out of his mouth, he's like, if you can't solve my problem today, I am buying a gun and I'm killing myself. And I'm like, and he meant it, sincere. I recorded this on a Zoom. I shared it with my students because I teach business acquisition as well with creative finance and stuff. And he goes through this whole conversation, and here he is last week, sends me a voice memo for 4 minutes And he's like, I can breathe. I've got 180 grand in the bank. Life is good. We saved 27 jobs. Oh my gosh, our company has doubled in size. Like these people are going through like horrible situations. They're begging for Brian to call them and say, let me use my team that I've acquired, this amazing talent, this marketing mechanism that I have, and let's go and double you guys could double a plumbing company faster than you could flip a house.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You just haven't done it.
Yeah.
And so you look at flipping a house, you're like, oh, I know that game.
Yeah.
I can do that. But you know what sucks about flipping a house?
Everything.
Everything.
I hate it. I hate flipping houses, but I do it anyways.
But you do it because it does provide a lot of income and it opened up other opportunities for you.
Yeah.
Right. And so people that are also getting into the game of fixing and flipping are like, wait, hold on. Should I not get it? No, hell yeah. Get into fixing and flipping. What he's talking about is years and years of experience, years and years of experience of going, oh, I'm going to pick and choose the things I don't like about it. 99% of fixing and flipping is amazing.
Yeah.
The 1% that sucks is like you got hemorrhaging costs.
Yeah.
You've got contractors taking money from you, whatever stupid things. But guess what? At the end of the day, you make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But that flipping a house at the level you guys are flipping houses is way harder than taking a plumbing company from $1 million to $5 million a year.
And it's interesting that you say that because I never thought about it, but like, you know how, well, sometimes I will be, Ryan's super chill. I will be stressed out about stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, we got to figure this out. Like, this is terrible. I could see like business owners being stressed out and kind of like in distress where they need help.
Well, dude, look, if they saw your team, right? Let's say that I'm going to throw a plumbing company out because it makes sense, like service-based business, right? And they come, you go, hey, come buy we want to buy your company.
Yeah.
Here's what we bring to the table. We bring all these assets to the table, these people. And they came over to an event that you guys are running and they came back in the green room with your team.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh my gosh, where do we sign the paperwork? Like, how did you do this?
Yeah.
To them, what you are doing is like something they would only fantasize about.
I know. And I look at it like it's nothing. I talk to people sometimes and I'm like, yeah, we did like $1 million last month. And they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, but we lost a team member and this thing, like this ad flopped. And I do look at it like, it's like nothing. Like even these events, people are like, dude, these events are crazy. And I'm like, dude, we've done this for like years. Yeah. Like literally years. We've been doing it every 90 days.
Running events, filling the seats, getting the speakers is way harder than getting a plumbing company from $1 million to $5 million.
And you're throwing a big event, so for sure.
Oh, dude. Honestly, one of the hardest things I ever did was like get 2,500 people to go to one location.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Like I think both you and I could probably get 600 to 900 people pretty quickly, like within a couple of months to pay a significant, what do you guys charge for this event?
Like cheapest ticket, 500, most expensive tickets, like 10,000.
Okay, cool. So our event is, the average ticket is like $1,500.
Yeah.
So it's not a cheap ticket at 2,500 people. That's really hard.
Yeah.
Especially when everybody on YouTube is talking about the economy is crashing and the world is falling apart and flames and thumbnails and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
So then you're like, come to our event, $1,500, then take off work, then also pay for the hotel and the flight. Okay, you're $5,000 to go to an event.
Yep.
So that means I convinced 2,500 people to spend $5,000. That is not easy.
Yeah.
So think about the marketing, the team, the systems, the logistics, all that kind of stuff. Dude, I look at the event that we just threw together. I'm like, I could have bought 3 companies with the same amount of effort.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I actually think you're not going to do another thing. I think you already have the team that would support you to go buy the next company.
Yeah.
Like, why not, a really good company that would crush it? I don't think Matt's with you guys, Matt Bontrager.
Yeah. Ryan sold.
Okay. But like bookkeeping is, I make like $25,000 a month off of bookkeeping company, like net in my pocket.
Yeah.
And you don't ever see me promoting that thing.
No.
I never talk about it. So why not do a bookkeeping thing?
Yeah.
His was way more challenging. You know what he was doing? CPA.
Filing taxes.
F that.
That's a lot of work.
It's too much work and every client is individual.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
But bookkeeping, you can do like, let me track your expenses. Let me clean up your crap. Let me fix your things. Let me tell you what your adjustments are and I'll send it to the CPA.
Yeah.
Stay out of the CPA work. Do the bookkeeping.
Yeah.
Guess what? Go buy a bookkeeping company. All your students need like fully integrate, right? Why not do that?
I think you've convinced me now to start a new business for sure.
If it was me, if I were you, the first one I would do that makes the most sense is go find a bookkeeping company that somebody else is currently running and go give us half of your business and we'll double your revenue in the next 24 months.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Introduce them to the community.
There you go.
Yeah. Quick,
Boom.
super fast.
You don't have to do anything else.
What about, okay, so I want to transition to, you were with Tony Robbins and I think Dean Graziosi recently.
Yeah, Dean, Jim Quick, Tony Robbins, I go hang out with them every summer.
What did you like learn from hanging out with Tony Robbins?
Asking the right questions. He yelled at me for an hour for asking the wrong question.
Would you ask?
Because I hang out with him every summer, and I'm like, I feel like I've surpassed a lot of the goals that I had in my life already, and so I have to like reestablish and look at a new plateau and all that stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna ask a question, just trying to pry into him a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
So I had this question where, we're basically going around a circle. It's a very tight knit circle of like 6 people. And we're together for 3 days. And so my question was, what goal or challenge or obstacle do you believe is so significant that you will not accomplish it before you die? And he's like, what the are you talking about? Like, oh, dude, an hour. I'll send you the recording.
Really?
But it was life-changing. It was like, you need somebody sometimes to bark at you and yell at you and like have a direct conversation with you.
Yeah.
The one-on-one conversation is so much more powerful than like a group setting.
Yeah.
Because then they get to watch your mannerisms. They get to watch everything about you. They also know you. Like I've known Tony now for 3 years. So like he watches the intricacies of my personality.
Yeah.
And then he can pick me apart at a deeper level than than being in a group setting. And he just was like, write this down. You should have asked this question. You should have asked this question. You should have asked this question. I'm writing these down. I'm like, dang, why have I never asked these questions before? And it was really good. That went on for like an hour and maybe 40 minutes, just my question. And then I shut up the rest of the day because I got yelled at. But I listened to Jim Quick's question. I listened to Anthony Morrison's question, and I just sat there and took notes literally till like 3 o'clock in the freaking morning, just hanging out, vibing with those guys. And people will DM me and go, are you in Tony's Platinum Club? That's like $100,000 to be in his club. And I go, no, I'm not opposed to paying Tony, but I get invited to this every year. I've never paid Tony any money. I get invited. It's a small group of people that are basically talk about best practices in our businesses and who they think are like the future business leaders, like coming up the pipe and like who they want to collaborate with to like pull up to the next level. And so Dean brought me into that room a couple of years ago. I've been good friends with Dean. Yeah.
Wow.
Shout out to Cody Sperber, connected me to Dean years ago. Cody Sperber's done a lot of stuff for me.
Yeah. How much money do you make?
How much money do I make in my businesses or how much do I take home?
Yeah.
The IRS shows 0.
Okay.
My take home is over 10 million a year.
Damn. It's a lot.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot.
I think it's not. It just it comes in and it goes into real estate. I don't ever see it.
Yeah.
So it just gets tucked away.
Yeah.
And I think that was the big secret for me. Do I make $10 million every year? No.
Yeah.
I made well over 10 million last year, but our company's generated $120 million in revenue. So I better have made over $10 million. But I have multiple partners, right? So like let's say our net is $30 or $40 million. I have multiple partners that are also making $5 to $10 million each as well. Yeah. A lot of my partners are making really good money. Yeah. Like my partner, Cody Barton, I think he took home probably $6 million last year. He's a 27-year-old kid.
Yeah. Cody's the man.
Cody's a smart guy.
Yeah.
So he, but again, like we take that money. I hardly ever see it. I do live on a lot of money, more than most people, I'm sure.
How much do you spend a month?
I told this to Ryan on his podcast. I think I have a house in Montana that's 17 grand a month. I have my house in Mesa that's 25 grand a month. And then travel is really expensive. And so I'm probably, with all my everything, I'm probably 80 to 90 grand a month is what it takes for me to live. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But 50 grand of that's like housing. Yeah. Because like I bought my house on seller finance, the big one in Mesa, and I pay that seller 25 grand a month on his equity. So
is it Jerry Norton?
Yeah, it's Jerry. Yeah. So my payment on the house is $5 grand, but my payment to Jerry is 25 grand. So it's a hybrid deal, part sub two, part seller finance. So I'm just paying down his equity like crazy. So if you took that out of the situation, I'm probably living on 70 grand a month. If you take my Montana house out, I'm living on 50 grand a month.
Yeah.
If you take my travel out and I'm not traveling as much, I live on 20 grand a month.
Yeah.
So it's not elaborate. 20 grand a month is a lot. I get that for like most people. And even me 10 years ago, I'd be like 20 grand a month.
Yeah.
But, you know, the travel is probably the most expensive part.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite Bible verse?
Yes. Without a vision, the people shall perish. It's one of my favorite conversations to talk about is that when you leave a company to be ran by a CFO or by a box checker, the company will die.
Yeah.
You can, if you, cause you're a visionary and you come up with an idea and you say that we're going to do this thing, this ad, the marketing thing, this graphic, whatever, box checkers can't see that.
Yeah.
It's like if you have somebody that is not like a visionary as an editor or even a videographer, if they don't have art in their blood, the whole project's going to be shit.
100%.
And so it's the same thing with a company is it has to have a vision. Where are we going? What are we doing? What are the big things we're trying to kill? What are the big animals we're trying to kill? What are the plateaus we're trying to get to? If the company doesn't have big goals and they don't have a visionary leader in the very front of the thing, the culture falls apart. And so one of the most important things you should be doing, and you and Ryan should be doing, is making sure your team understands where you're going. Yeah. Like she's new to your team. Does she know where you're going in the next 5 years? And more importantly, does she know her place in that? So for me, that Bible verse reminds me that I have to not only talk about the vision of the company, but I then have individual conversations with my people. I'm like, where are you going to be in this organization in 5 years? Are we going to have 2 or 3 people underneath you? Are you going to run the whole media department? Are we going to start a coaching product on how other people can do social media? I know you guys already have something like that, but like, what if you do 2-day events in your office when she teaches people how to do videography and social media and you cut her in on the action? Yeah. I don't know that you guys do that yet, but like that's something that you paint a vision to her and you go, hey, if you're around with us for over 18 months and you can do X, Y, and Z, we'll create a product that you'll run those 2-day events with the team. I'm not going to be there and you make a portion of the profits. Yeah. Now you've given that girl, now do you have a vision of where we're going? Cool. Without a vision, the people shall perish. And one of the reasons why your copywriter was able to be poached away from the company they came from, I won't say their name, is because she didn't know the vision of that company. They got too big that the vision was not portrayed to her as an individual. Yeah. And so guess what? The company that was portraying the vision of we are small enough that you can work directly with us and you can actually impact change into our ecosystem. She doesn't even matter the amount of money. For heaven's sake, she moved from a better state to this state. Yeah. No offense to Vegas. Yeah. It's very similar to Phoenix. But she lived by the ocean. Yeah. She left the ocean to be with you guys because she saw the vision you had and she saw her place in your world. Yeah. So for me, it just reminds me that that's my job.
This has to be the last question. How important was your wife to your success?
All of it.
And still today?
All of it. So many men with their stupid freaking wives. I mean, seriously. I
didn't know you were married twice.
I was married twice.
Yeah.
Shout out to the divorcees out there.
Yeah.
I married the wrong woman. She was a great woman. I just married the wrong woman. I needed a woman that can handle a lunatic. Yeah. Right? And entrepreneurs are lunatics. And you went through a divorce or a separation. She married the wrong person. Just they couldn't handle how freaking badass you are, right? So it's not their fault. They didn't know how badass you were. Only you knew how badass you were. So my wife is very important to my success because she came from an entrepreneurial background. So she understands the lunacy that is required. Now I'll go play golf with this dude. His name's Brian. We're in this golf tournament. We're winning the golf tournament. We're on hole 13. We got 6 more holes to go, for heaven's sakes. His wife calls him for like the 14th time for the day. And I hear him she's not on speaker. She might as well have been on speaker. She was yelling so hard. I thought, she's yelling basically like, how is golf take this time? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. He's like, hey guys, I got to go. And we freaking get disqualified because he leaves.
Damn.
And I'm as he's driving away, I block him from my phone.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, I've been friends with you for 10 years. This is the moment. A woman is telling you what to do. Actually, better yet, if you're a woman and a man is telling you what to do, like I don't think it should not be one person telling the other person what to do. It should be what do you want with your life? Here's what I want with my life, and let's go and get it together.
Yeah.
And my wife is very much like, I see where you're going. I love your vision. I can see how my role plays in that, and I want to be a part of that. And I just look at other people with their stupid freaking wives complaining about how hard they work. Yeah. What the hell did you marry a man for?
Yeah.
Why did you get married if you wanted a guy to sit around at the house like a little bitch? Go get another friend and sit around and play bunco.
So very, 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 very last question, because we gotta go. So how do you create raving fans?
I hang out with them. Like tonight, I'm hanging out with them for 3 hours in the middle of a park. I will do the things that other people can't do, won't do, don't do, which is remember their names, remember their spouses' names, hang out with them, do deals with them, become friends with them, remember things about them, bring it back. There's people that come up to me at these events that come up to me and go, Pace, you don't remember? Yeah, I do. I remember you. Before they even can say, you don't remember me. I go, yeah, I remember you. Last time I saw you, you were wearing a yellow shirt and you had a mullet. What happened, bro? And like quite literally, people will come up to me today when I was walking into your event, like, oh, you don't remember me. Yes, I do. Last time I saw you, she was I have a great memory, so I remember people. What's the number one thing people want on the planet Earth?
Feel important.
To be seen, right? Am I one of the first people to treat you more than a video person?
For sure. That's why I asked you that, because I'm like, Brianna's a Raven fan right now.
Right.
I'm a Raven fan.
You know what? You know why I have a? You know why I see you? It's because I'm genuinely curious in your life, because I can take things from your life and then go, oh my gosh, yeah, I was learning about her, and this could help you in your situation, and so I'm genuinely curious about everybody else's problems, and so then I pull and I look people in the eye and I remember things about them and I remember your story, and 6 years later I'll see you. I go, oh my gosh, you won't even remember me, and I will remember you, and so. My students know that about me, and so my raving fans also. And also, I'm not trying to be perfect. I see all these people that are like, there's a dude, I speak on a lot of stages with him. He's like, you shouldn't wear a hat. You shouldn't wear a hat. You should wear a collared shirt. I'm like, you should kiss my ass. You're sitting over here trying to be perfect. People don't identify with perfect. They identify with somebody just out there grinding and doing the thing imperfectly, in fact. And what you do is you lose. Your people cannot identify with you when you get up to a level of like you're wearing a Richard Mille watch that's $750,000 and you got a jet that's worth $200 million. They cannot identify with you on the same level. And so I'm in the world where I'm like, I just want to be myself. And if I show up as myself, people will identify with that. And I also realize that it's kind of fun. I can get it. Like people will come up to you, raving fans are like, oh my gosh, Pace, will you take a photo with me? I actually don't like that. That means that they feel uncomfortable coming up to me, that they had to like get the courage to come up to me. I want to be a little bit lower level where people are like, oh, that's Pace. Hey, Pace, will you take a photo with us? Yeah. That's the like area I've tried to stay in. So like, for example, Clever Summit 2 years ago, Vegas. I was out of 1,900 people there. I sold 1,400 of Cody Sperber's 1,900 tickets. It was like my tribe. And Cody's like, I've never seen people show up for somebody. And I go, the difference is because all these other speakers go in the green room. I go out in the hallways till 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm hanging out with all of them. I'm doing deals with them. I'm remembering them. I'm asking them questions about this, that, or the other. And I'm giving them individual advice and asking them advice. And, oh my gosh, you have 5 kids. Anything I got to worry about? No. And it sounds weird, but Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I just try and live it. Yeah. You do too. I think the hard thing too is when you get into like an education world, this is where a lot of people make the mistake, is they're like, well, I have to look as if I'm the higher power in order for you to pay me. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so they're like, I have to be the man behind the green curtain. And I just went a different route. Yeah. Pace Morby, again, thank you so much. I've learned so much from this. I appreciate you. Hey, I want you to buy a business and I want to buy into it. Okay. You let me know when you need some money for a business or if you need to use any assets we have, or if you have a business that you're like, I don't want to buy this. Do you want to buy it? Let me know. Shoot me a text. Shout out to everybody. And so for some of the men out there that are bitches and your feelings are hurt, I'm really sorry about it. Go and read the book, Why Women Test Men, and you'll cry and weep at night and go, wow, I turned into a bitch. All right, guys. This was the Wealthy Investor Podcast. We're out. Peace.